Hey, what's up guys and gals? My name is Rick 9G. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be talking about the Twilight Zone. More specifically about an episode called The Prime Mover. It's from Season 2. It's episode 21. Now, if you're a fan of classic TV shows and movies, my channel is a great way to learn about them, behind the scenes information, things you absolutely never knew about your favorite TV shows and classic movies, of course. 1800 videos, so thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. It really is an amazing way to help out the channel, and it's free, so let's get right to it. The episode The Prime Mover is about a compulsive gambler. His name was Ace Larson. Now, he has his friend Jimbo Cobb to use his telekinesis powers to influence the results of a Las Vegas gambling table and makes it in their favor. They even encounter some gangsters and try to cheat with them, which of course the ending of the story shows us that it doesn't really go well for them. But then again, it is a really fun episode and it leads to the question of what if? And I keep asking what if at the end of this episode every time I watch it. It's a pretty good one. I mean, Buddy Ebsen is starring in it and it's a great one overall. There are some pretty memorable scenes of Buddy, who's playing Jimbo, who does some really cool telekinesis stuff, and you can just imagine yourself having these powers and doing some of the things that he would do, or in fact thinking, well, what would I do if I had these type of powers? It's really cool to think about it. But as I was watching the episode, in the beginning when you have the character Ace Larson, I noticed that in his little shop he had a very interesting thing. That was a slot machine. Now, of course, slot machines were popular for, little coffee shops, diners, things like that. And this one was of no exception. Now, the instant I saw that, I said, wait, I've seen this before, and in fact, not too long ago, I made a video on this. Well, in order to figure this out, I had a deep dive, look closer, and think, where have I seen this before? After doing some research, I found it. I was able to find the answer of this episode. This episode was from Season 1, Episode 17, called The Fever, in which a middle-aged man, Franklin, catches a gambling addiction when he goes to Vegas and just can't stop pulling the lever on that slot. Now, unfortunately, he does get addicted, but if you look at this slot, it's the exact same one that was used in the Prime Mover episode. Now, that's cool unto itself, a reused prop. The main thing is, have you noticed that it was used over? Not only that, there was a really tricky deal with having a slot machine like this on a television show, and here's why. You may be surprised to know that gambling machines at this time in 1960 were illegal in California. So a prop house couldn't even have one on its premises. So what did they do? They thought of a way around this. I would say a loophole, a legal loophole, in which they could still use a real slot machine, because it would be a nightmare to make this thing out of scratch. So it's easier to just get one. So they actually went to the police department and said, hey, we are a television company. We just want to be able to have a slot machine on camera, not for crazy gambling reasons. We just need it as a prop, right, to tell this story. So what did the police station do? Essentially, according to the law, they had to follow closely in order that no laws were broken, and this is the solution that they came up with. The police station said that a policeman had to be on set, off camera of course, at all times to make sure that the slot machine was safe and that no one took off, that no one run off with it and started some illegal gambling run. It's pretty crazy to think about that they had to do this, and afterwards, after it was used for the scene, it was returned back to the police station. Now, they first did it in Season 1 for the episode The Fever, and then they used it and basically did it again for the episode The Prime Mover. I think it's so interesting that no one really noticed that the same prop was in both of these episodes. And yeah, they had to use the same type of concept, this loophole, to go around the law to be able to even have a slot machine on set and on camera for this filming. I think it's really cool. I think it's great to see the lengths that Hollywood went to entertain us, the lengths that Rod Serling went to entertain us, because they could have done this so differently, but they thought, why don't we just go to the source itself and figure this out, and they did, and we were none the wiser, and the episode came out greatly. What do you think about this solution? Do you think it was a smart one? Do you think they went through too much trouble? There may have been a better solution, but did you ever notice that in the Fever and in the Prime Mover, they used the same slot machine? That is so cool. They could have used anything else, but no, they went right back to the same one. That is so awesome. We'll see y'all next time. Thanks so much for the support as always, and don't forget everyone, be hopeful. Thank you to all my supporters, especially my Diamond Tier patrons: Lucas W, Vito L, Sally N, Kevin K, Jennifer P, Jerry D, David D, and Citizen Kane. I want to thank all of you for supporting. If you want to be a patron member and listed here, check out the links in the description.